What's going on, guys? My name is Carey, and today I'm going to show you step by step what has to happen between the time a home is ordered and the time it's move-in ready. Depending on the time of the year and how busy the factory is, it can be between 1 and 6 months from the time the contract's signed to the time you're standing on the doorstep with your suitcase ready to move in. I'm going to explain every step of the process while giving examples from a project we did earlier this year that from start to finish took around 8 weeks. So let's do it. The very first step after the home is ordered is to get the lot ready. Always decide where the house is going to go before you decide on a floor plan, because every lot is unique. So different floor plans are going to work better for different lots. Depending on the factory's order backlog, it could be anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months from the time the order is sent in till the time it's out of the factory and actually arriving on the lot. So there's usually ample time to get the pad prep done, but that shouldn't be an excuse to procrastinate. It does happen on rare occasion where the factory will actually get the house done early, so you definitely want to be ready in case that happens. With that being said, it's far more likely that the house is going to be delayed than it is going to be early. Our project started with an old home that was in very rough shape. The home was neglected over the years and got to a point that it wasn't salvageable, so we were going to take it out to bring in a new 16 by 66 foot single wide. We were able to take possession of the lot on October 1st, and our home was projected to come out of the factory on the 15th, so we had to get after the work right away. Like I just mentioned, you should always pick the lot before you order the home. So even though we didn't take possession of the lot till the start of October, we knew we were getting the lot back in August. So we were able to walk it and make sure the house that we were going to order was going to be a good fit for that lot after the other home was removed. After the house was removed, we relocated the services and sewer drops to line up with where they're going to be on the new house. The final thing we do before the home arrives is have a gravel pad built, compacted, and if possible, we do any landscaping that isn't going to be affected by the delivery of the house. The pad looks like a piece of granite, even though it is just gravel. This thing has been compacted to the point where the house shouldn't move very much at all. If you are going to order a drywall house, I would probably recommend that you go with a concrete pad just so it's not going to crack on you. But the one I've got coming is vinyl covered gyprock panels, so a gravel pad that's compacted like this one is works just perfect. The next step in the process is the delivery of the new home. In my opinion, this by far is the most exciting day of the entire deal, and if you ever get a chance to see a manufactured home delivered, I would suggest you take it. Where the house is going and the difficulty of the job site is going to dictate just how long the actual delivery takes. We've had some deliveries that take 25 minutes and others that take 14 or 15 hours just because it's a challenging site and there's a lot of maneuvering that has to be done. If the house is going into a mobile home park, it's typically going to be a faster delivery than if it's going onto private property, because the parks are built for manufactured homes, so there's usually enough room for the truck and the home to navigate the streets and back into the lot. Private property deliveries tend to be a little bit trickier because there's usually more obstacles to contend with. You've got steep driveways, sharp corners, trees, fences, and over the years, we've gotten stuck on all of them. If you're thinking about ordering a new manufactured home to your property and you don't know for sure if something's going to be an issue, it's always advised that you have a driver who's delivered manufactured homes before out to your property to just point out anything that could be a potential obstacle. It's always easier to trim a tree, widen a corner, or take down a section of fence before the house actually arrives and gets hung up on it. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It always looks like there's enough space until the house arrives. Every space looks huge until you stick a house in it. We were super lucky this year. Every delivery had ample space, so when we did get stuck, it wasn't for very long. I think the longest we had was actually the branch that caused us some problems on this project, and that was a pretty quick fix. Branches have been trimmed, so that should get us an extra 6 feet. Then he can move the house towards the tree. Let's have a look and hopefully make that corner. Oh yeah, so look at that. He's gained all that space right there that he can move it over, sneak it around the corner and onto the lot. Here we go again. There we go. He's got it by the tree. He's starting to round the corner. Looks like we might get her in there. Perfect. The last step of the process is the actual setup of the house, and the timeline for that varies depending on the size of the house and how the interior is finished. For the buyers at this point in the process, days feel like weeks and weeks feel like months because they've been waiting patiently for what seems like forever for the new house to arrive, and once they can actually see it in person, they're more excited than ever and they just want to move in. But before they can do that, here's what has to happen. The home has to be blocked and leveled. The skirting has to be installed. The electrical has to be connected. The sewer and water have to be connected. The gas has to be connected. The deck and steps have to be built. The interior finishing work has to be done. The home has to be cleaned. And finally, we have to get an occupancy permit. If it's a single wide that's vinyl covered gyprock and everything runs smooth, this step can be rather quick at 3 to 5 days if everything goes well. However, if it's a bigger double wide around 1,600 square feet, it can take 3 to 4 weeks. It's absolutely insane to think that 4 weeks is a long time in this industry. When you think about it, it's a 1,600 square foot house arriving in 2 pieces, being fully set up and move-in ready in 4 weeks. It's actually pretty mind-blowing. This particular project was a 1,056 square foot single wide, so it did happen quite a bit faster than that. What we did was the demo, the lot prep, the delivery, some landscaping, the setup, the cleanup, the occupancy, and we did it all in about 8 weeks. As I was starting to film, the real estate agent came by and popped that baby in, so that's always good to see. So we are on 3rd Avenue here in Countryside. Like I said, it's a big lot. And we did a little bit of landscaping before it snowed, so it's always great to be able to get that done. We've got a 4x4 landing on the front. We'll take a quick cruise around the outside. So we've got 8x12 deck off the back, which is normally what we'll do on a house this size. There we have it. That sums up the entire process of what can be expected from the time a home is ordered to the time it's move-in ready on a lot. The manufactured home industry is constantly changing. Factories are always improving the quality and innovating their products. I'm so excited to see where this industry heads in the next 5 years because I really think we're just scratching the surface. I want to say thank you to everyone that decided to subscribe to my channel this year. I've had a lot of fun making videos and I plan to make a lot more in the new year. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.